And we're back with Whitney Pavlik. Whitney, volleyball's taken you all over the world. You've been to Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, and most recently Turks and Caicos. Talk about your traveling, and is this the first time you've actually traveled this much for volleyball?
Yeah, the last 2 years have really been the most for traveling for volleyball, and we've gotten to play in New Caledonia and Spain, and just gotten to go to some amazing places. But actually, we just got back. Well, we were in Thailand for the FIVB tournament, and then I was home, I think, for about 3 or 4 days, and I left for Turks and Caicos. And that was a fun event. It wasn't an actual tournament for us, but it was through Volleyball Vacations, and we went, and it was like, come meet and play, party with the pros, and it was 10 days of us just doing some clinics. And
so you're really trying to grow the game internationally.
Exactly.
Where is Turks and Caicos?
It's down off in the Bahamas, and it's so pretty. You just fly into Florida, and then right from there, and it's amazing. Turquoise water, white sand beaches.
Oh, I don't know how you came back.
I know. It was a fun 10 days.
What was the draw there? I mean, and what were the ages? Were you coaching, young kids, or are you coaching kind of up and coming international teams?
It was actually there was probably about 120 people that came, and it was at a Club Med, and everybody had so much fun. But we had every age from probably 20s to 60s.
Wow!
So it's just people who love volleyball. We had a group of moms that were just ready to learn as much as possible, and excited that they get to sleep for a week. So we had people that just loved to play every day and wanted to get better. So it was really just having giving them clinics, giving them lessons, but then also getting to play with them at the end, and they loved that, and it was so much fun. Really cool experience.
How's it set up in Thailand? It was a tournament. Mm-hmm. And where in Thailand did you go? I've been to Thailand. I went there.
Yeah, we went. The tournament was in Bang Sang.
Okay.
And we flew in to Bangkok and then drove the hour and a half and played right off on this harbor pretty much. So they brought the sand in. We weren't really on a beach, but right next to the water, and it was gorgeous, and got to really explore a little bit and have fun. Spent the last day in Bangkok, which I definitely an experience. I could say I've seen it.
Did you go to the night market?
We were there late enough, and we saw.
You saw some things.
We saw a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh, this is what they all were talking about. Okay. But it was definitely enjoyable, and having Jenny there, which her comments are just classic all the time, that, it's never a dull moment.
Now, is it the same setup as, like a tournament in the States? Is it, a 3-day, you play a qualifier, and if you have enough points, you don't have to play the qualifier? Yes,
it's exactly the same with that format, except with international, you're only allowed to have 4 teams per country in the main draw. So if who's ever the 4th ranked, mm-hmm. and say Jenny and I go and play, or whoever else, we have to play in a country quota in that country. So we can't play it here. We have to go to that country before the qualifier even starts, and you have to play against your own country because only 4 teams are allowed in.
Wow.
And then once you do that, you're in the qualifier. And then you're in the main draw. So you have a 2-day single elimination tournament pretty much to get into the main draw.
Gosh,
whereas
so you
here,
might travel a long way and then get eliminated.
You could lose in your country quota and you're done, and you don't get any points doing that. And then here, we'll have 32 team draw tournaments, and top 24 are in, and then 8 are in through a qualifier, and those are just off of points and your ranking.
And is that so? What's next for you and Jenny? I mean, I know that you're starting to delve into the international scene. Mm-hmm. How do you get into the international scene first of all, and does that lead to becoming an Olympic team for 2016?
Mm-hmm. This summer we're excited for also adding more international into our schedule, but also we're excited about domestic because hopefully there's a lot more tournaments. But yeah, we're going to do as much international as we can. That makes sense for us. But it is tough because, you do have to pay your own travel, your expenses, and it's tough, but you have to play in as many to get the points because there is only 2 teams per country that go, and that's definitely one of my goals, but we have to get more points. So it's going to be a process, but I think we have a really good chance just by the 2 years coming off of that we've had and the tournaments we have won. So it'll be a process, but I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of tournaments, a lot of, getting our points, but It's exciting.
How do you offset the travel costs?
Well, that's a part-time jobs in the off season that you figure out how to make it work, but we rely a lot on sponsors. Like, the money for this year in the domestic tour, it was a lot better than last year, but it's still nowhere where it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, hopefully it just keeps growing and getting better. But you can't make a living unless you're top 3 every tournament. And even then, it's not like we're saving money for the future. It's this year.
Right. You can't just spend it.
Yeah, you can't. Like, it's just you're living off of it for the off season, and then you hope you get sponsors so you don't have to use all of that. And I had some great sponsorship in this year with Zamps and Spalding, and they were amazing. But yeah, it's definitely, you rely a lot on them just because the prize money isn't as great as it used to be, but hopefully growing.
Do sponsors normally just take care of one team? Or, you mentioned your sponsors. Are they also helping out another, team that's maybe 2? You guys were 1. So are they helping out 2 and 3? Or is it completely different?
It's completely different. They basically just sponsor whoever they want.
Okay.
And hopefully they have a love for volleyball. But yeah, like Jenny and I both had Spalding this year. So that was really cool. But yeah, everybody's different. Like, you'll have some Jose Cuervo teams. You'll have, all these different teams and ball teams, sponsor teams, whatever that it might be. So
how much work does that require on your part to get these, to find these sponsors? Or is there someone working on your behalf to do that?
No, it's hard. Like, you really have to get out there and like send your packets out, and it's basically through the people you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough, and once you do get them, you just hope you have a great experience with each other, that they want to keep participating each season, because it does get stressful, each time trying to figure it out. And even my little brother loves to try to help me find sponsors that I was like, Dane, you could get your 20% if you do.
Nice. You have your brother working on your behalf.
He's awesome at it. He put our website together. I'm like, you're really good at this.
Let's talk about the Olympics. Carrie and Misty. Misty's retiring, I think, officially.
She's retiring international. She didn't really say domestic yet.
Okay.
If you look at it, she said retiring from international. So very smart on her part. So she still wants to play in the future.
But is that attainable for you and Jenny? Is that something you guys are working towards, the 2016 in Rio?
It is, definitely. It's my biggest goal, and she is ready to, she's not sure. She's 33, I'm 29, and she's just not sure if in 4 years that's still what she's going to be wanting. Mm-hmm. But it's awesome because she's like, we're committed to playing next year. And she knows that's my goal, and she wants to do it. Like, she just wants to see if she enjoys it and likes it. So, having her know how much I want it, it's going to be great. And it's going to be a process, like I said, but it's definitely a goal that could be met if we take care of us and do put us with the right coaches and trainers to give us that shot.
Where should fans go for information when for next year's tour?
Definitely like BVB Info. They have all the different tours, but then the Jose Cuervo website is good. AVP, just because now we have so many different tours, and the NVL. So basically, Jose Cuervo, AVP.com, NVL.com, they will have all their schedules up pretty soon, I hope.
Whitney, I want to wish you the best of luck. Thanks for being a guest on our show. And fans, Whitney's an anteater, so make sure you follow her. She has Facebook, she has Twitter.
Website.
Are you on Instagram?
Got Instagram.
You got Instagram?
I got all those. All
So,
the media.
Look her up, become a fan, because she was great at UC Irvine, and she's #1 right now domestically, and she will be until next year.
Yes.
So Whitney, thanks for being on the show, and we'll be right back with more on the Blue and Gold Report on KUCI in Irvine.